Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's time for another daily dose of dismal Disney.
Yeah, so I'm running this one today. People are turning on Snow White in droves. They just keep turning on it. They are not happy with it. People, when they saw the dwarfs, they were already kind of like, because, the one character you shouldn't race Ben's probably Snow White. But then on top of it, we have the picture of the dwarves, which aren't really dwarves. They're just the magical creatures now.
The Baythems.
And even if it's a production photo they made sure they worded it without the main actors. That would imply some of these actors might be the same actors. But it would still imply that these were stand-ins for photos. So that means that's what they're going to look like, roughly. Mm-hmm. So that you can't say that they're dwarves, we just don't know yet. So it's funny to me because I'm on a lot of the Disney boards and different things on Facebook. And the one board, Just Disney, a lot of times, they have a lot of really funny memes on there too, so they're fun to follow. But when The Little Mermaid came out, they were one of the main ones every other day posting a Little Mermaid memes, posting Little Mermaid news clips about it coming out. And there was a lot of discourse that if you didn't like it, you were, insert insult here, racist, phobic, hate women, whatever.
Oh, of course.
And that was a lot of that stuff was on Just Disney. So it's funny though, because with this one, the narrative's the other side. Everybody's like, this looks like dog shit. Why are we doing this?
I think we've gotten to a place right now with Disney where it is so bad. It's so obvious what they're doing, and the quality has declined so far that even their most diehard fans can't defend them anymore.
Well, I think in this case too, they're so busy, trying so hard because what Peter Dinklage said to go the other way, that they just become regressive and not progressive. Like you've just taken, because you're so afraid of backlash. You had to, we'll go to use diverse people instead of dwarfs. And it's like, but you just took a marginalized group that was more marginalized than these other people and made them more marginalized. Yeah. And there's also the assumption that they keep running with was that you can't have diversity. Last I checked, that dwarf actors come in different colors, they're different genders and different sexual identities. So just like everybody else.
Yeah. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. If you do, you'll get a woohoo.
Woohoo!
And go out to piratesandprincesses.net for more objective Disney news.
I honestly, at this point in time, I think Disney needs to cancel these live action remakes.
Well, there's a rumor going around that that might happen, that Iger might take a good hard look at what's in the pipeline and use the strikes as a reason to cancel projects. Just be we're going to take the L. I think they need to do a hard reset on everything. Just be like, you know what? Let's take a step back and be like, obviously what we're doing isn't working.
No, it's not. It's declining returns. People are tired of it. And they don't, now it was okay when it was like, they kind of made some changes to it. It was still like itself, but they made some changes, but they kept the characters like themselves. People liked it. Now you're starting to make the characters completely different for no reason. First you did it with Little Mermaid, okay, fine, whatever. Now you're going to do it with the dwarves, and people are like, nope, that's a line you can't cross, apparently. Where is the breaking point? Apparently it's with the dwarves. So,
well, yeah, because the dwarfs are, regardless of how you feel about the movie, because it is very old.
They're very beloved characters.
They're very beloved characters, and this movie meant so much to Walt Disney. This was like he bet the farm on this movie, and this movie is responsible really for catapulting Disney into being
and
Disney.
It might be responsible for ruining Disney too.
It might be. Wouldn't that be ironic?
That would be ironic.
The beginning and the end of
it all started
Disney
with
as
dwarves.
we knew it. Yeah.
So yeah, they put this post up with the original and the remake, and I thought it was funny it was them, because I told you, with the Little Mermaid, they were constantly shilling for the Little Mermaid, and people are not having it. They are not liking this. There's a few idiots in the comments that make stupid comments. One person was like, well, maybe if they could act or had better representation. I'm like, wait, you're slamming on dwarf actors because Disney chose to replace them. But most people are like, I'll stick with the original, straight to Disney Plus. I heard it wouldn't be offensive to people with dwarfism, which I think is good to not want to offend anyone, but wouldn't it be more offensive to exclude them from the role because they have dwarfism? I know that sounds kind of backwards.
So this is the audience that was rabidly defending the Little Mermaid and the race swaps and now the dwarves. That is a bridge too far. There's a bridge too far.
Right. Well, I think it's funny too when you have a lot of diverse people saying about Snow White in general. They're like, if there's one Disney princess you don't race bend, it would be Snow White.
Yeah.
Because she's literally called Snow White because her skin is pure white. I'm like, that's why she's called Snow White. They're just not having it. And that doesn't help that, you got Rachel Ziegler out there making shitty comments all the time.
Yeah, she's been. I mean, here's the thing. Like, why would you bet on her anyway? But what was she in? She was in the remake of West Side Story, which was a bomb, and she just seems like
she was in Shazam too. I think too.
She just seems obnoxious and arrogant and entitled.
She hasn't really done a lot. I mean, well, this is what she was saying. She was out there saying, if I'm going about the strike, the SAG-AFTRA strike, if I'm going to stand there 18 hours a day in the dress for an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it's streamed online. Cool. How much did you get paid to put the dress on in the first place?
How much are the princesses in the park getting paid compared to what you're getting paid? And they got put up with kids and vomit and snot and
and they're doing live action interpretations of the princess, same as you.
Yes.
But I when I first saw this comment, my comment was right. So do the dwarves. The dwarves deserve to get paid for every hour there. Oh wait, they can't because you deliberately circumvented dwarf actors. But I'm sorry, I don't get paid. And that's what gets me these actors and stuff. I get, and I do think the residuals should be, addressed and fixed. I 100% do agree with that. However, that being said, if you're given a shit ton of money up front, you sit there and you can't be like, well, I deserve, a bunch of money every time you stream it too. You do get some, but I'm like, I deserve so much more because that 18 hours a day I put that dress on. I'm like, really? How much did you get paid up front?
She is completely out of touch. Like, she is completely out of touch. I see her career fading very quickly because, I mean, she is not prepared for the new reality after the strikes.
Well, she was always out there being like really obnoxious on Twitter too, which I mean isn't going to help her either. But yeah, so we have the Snow White. We already know the Snow White's not. There's no kiss. There's no prince. I mean that there's no love. I think supposedly in this one. And then we know that, okay? That's already, people are like, okay, well, yeah, okay, whatever. And then it's like, fairest of them all apparently means not prettiest. It means who's the most fair to be a good leader, which is stupid, okay? And then we have the dwarves are not dwarves anymore. So why are we even calling this Snow White? There are so many other movies out there that are versions of Snow White that are better than this. Why are we even calling this film Snow White? I mean, seriously.
Because trademark.
Yeah, because it's
copyright, because I mean, seriously, the only reason they're making these live action movies, I think partially because of money and partially they want to, keep the copyrights on their versions of these characters.
I don't know. But, it's not Snow White. But back to your comment about the people in the park. I would argue the people in the park deserve it more because they are dealing with the public one-on-one. That's one part of it. Yep. They have to go through extensive princess training to be trained as these princesses, to know all the backstory, know how to answer people in character, to know how to even autograph properly so they all match. They need to know how to do all this stuff. And they have to act and be convincing just as much as Ziegler here does. And they don't get paid jack shit, and they wear the dress for hours too, and they don't get a lot of money at all. No. This person, she never has to deal with anybody. Just have to go to her dress, go to her acting job, and then sit back and take a lot of money, and then act pompous and arrogant and above everybody else.
Yeah, for a couple months. For a couple months, she has to wear the dress. These princesses have probably been putting years in the parks, getting paid like Lowe's wages, like Lowe's store Lowe's. Mm-hmm. To put up with the kids. They got to work their way up. They got to wear the Mickey costume first and the Minnie costume.
Well, auditions, just you have to look a certain way. Yeah. And you're allowed to gain weight. And you have to maintain everything, and it's a lot harder. And then I have to also laugh with someone who's so upset about men and a prince and the male gaze. Wow, what do you think that dress is doing? Why would you wear a dress that your tits are hanging out unless you want attention for it? Sorry. I'm going to wrap this up.
Rapey dwarf made her wear it.
Rapey dwarf. Pimp dwarf. Pimpy. Anyway.
That's the little guy in the...
Pimpy. So anyway, well, I want to end this with one other thing because we're talking about race swapping, and I had to laugh. So Charlotte Tilbury did a new Disney makeup line. If you don't know what it is, it's expensive makeup. But what's funny to me was they did they discovered these Disney inspired makeup looks, and you're like, oh, cool. I as somebody who is looks like Ariel, I was like, okay, cool. Let me see what they have because maybe there's something that matches. Because I have trouble with being so pale sometimes that it's hard to wear different makeups because it's too heavy or whatever. So I'm like, okay, well that's cool. Let's look at the different characters. Okay, so Jasmine, we got Jasmine here, and Jasmine. Oh, she looks like Jasmine. Okay, cool. We'll do another one here. Moana. Okay. Well, we got a girl who's kind of Polynesian. Looks like Moana. Fantastic. Let's do Tiana. Tiana. Oh, look, she looks like Tiana. She's the same, ethnicity as Tiana. Cool. So I'm like, okay, great. So I'm gonna go look at Ariel. And Ariel is black.
Of course.
Okay, no problem. Let's look at Alice. Oh no, we'll go to Elsa first because she's really late. Elsa, she's really late. She looks like me. Oh look, she's Asian.
But, well, no, because in Scandinavia, that is, of course, the largest population.
Right, obviously.
Of course.
Okay, so Mulan's gonna be a white girl, right? No, it's another Asian chick. Okay, is there anybody? Yeah, there's one. Oh, the prince. Okay. The prince. Oh, wait, no, not the prince. I guess that this leaves us with Cinderella, and we kind of get a girl that looks like Cinderella, kinda. Who.
Looks like either Scarlett Johansson or Keira Knightley.
With brown eyes. Right. Because, I just love it. So
token
every
white,
character, right, but she's not even that because she kind of looks darker to me. Yeah. Every character on here is represented by their ethnicity, unless you're a white character, and then you're another ethnicity completely because it's terrible, tragic to be white. Representation matters unless you look like Ariel.
It's kind of funny. I was thinking about this the other day, and I don't know if you're allowed to say this or not, but you think about it. Did you ever see the meme where they're like, they have cats versus dogs, and people like dog owners are like, specific breeds of dogs. Oh, this is my Spitzer. This is my Beagle. This is my whatever dog.
Yeah.
And then you have like all different kinds of cats. It's just cat.
Yeah.
Cat. That's white people.
Pretty much. We all look alike.
It's like, it doesn't matter what country you're from or what your background is.
Or what ethnicity you are.
Many different countries where white people come from. It's just white. But then everybody else, you have to get down to the granular level.
Well, that's it. Every other character. Okay, from. Like if we have Tiana, we have a black woman. If we have Moana, it's a Polynesian ethnicity type person. Asian women for Mulan, that kind of stuff. Because that's what we need to do. We need to make sure we represent the character. And then you go to Ariel and it's a black woman. Okay, I'll give you that one because it's the Little Mermaid movie. But Elsa.
Prince Charming. Why is he on the list anyway?
Well, because some guys like to wear makeup.
I thought it was I was honestly expecting him to be in drag, but
Oh no, it's a dude. Some guys really legitimately do wear makeup.
Should I wear makeup?
Well, no, you wouldn't let your ex-girlfriend put makeup on you, so I don't think you're gonna let me put makeup on you.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. She said I look like the guy from The Cure. I'm like. No.
And that's a compliment?
No, that's.
I was gonna say that's not a compliment.
I had longer hair. I had more hair. Yeah, but she's like, yeah, I want to put makeup on. I'm like, no, I don't want makeup. No, not gonna happen.
There you go.
So I don't wear makeup.
But some people do, and that's okay. There's a lot of women who don't wear makeup, and that's completely fine too. I just think it's funny though when they're trying to present a character and the character look. Certain characters represented by the actual cultures, other characters are not. Anyway. Oh, we got to wrap this up.
I think we're going to wrap this up. I think we're well beyond wrapping it up. All right. Please subscribe. Please subscribe for more quality content like this as we chronicle the demise of Disney.
We'll talk to you later. Bye.